We are live for the very first episode of the Deep Dive with Efeturi, and I have the multi-talented, award-winning... He's looking at me like, who am I talking about?
I'm looking around, like I'm wondering...
Multi-talented, award-winning Deyemi Okanlawon is with me as my first guest. I know I missed music classes in secondary school, but I know I did something good with that. Welcome. It's great to have you here.
It's a pleasure. I
Yes.
mean, like, if you're the only person that can bring me out on a Saturday when I'm supposed to be working.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me just also add that Deyemi spent a couple of hours. He kept me waiting for a couple of hours, but hey.
I explained. Like, last minute changes in my schedule. And
but the boys are doing great, right?
Yeah, the boys are doing great. They're doing great.
And they're taking after their daddy.
I was calculating my monthly expenses early this morning. Yes. So I'm looking forward to them growing up.
And start paying it back,
Let's do this together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. So it's been a while.
It has.
A very long while. I think the first time, it was almost 5 years ago, I had you on Inspiration FM. You were doing your Giddy series, and then you had just transitioned to film. So we're talking about your characters then. And now, like, how many years ago? Just time passed.
It's been a lot.
50 movies under your belt. You have your family. Of course, you were married then, but now you have your boys, and you have several things going for you. Congratulations, you're heading to Toronto. I read about that recently.
Yes,
How excited are you about that?
Second time.
Oh, okay.
Second time. So Royal Hibiscus Hotel
Was the first
went
one.
into Toronto.
Yeah.
I couldn't be there because of my work schedule.
Okay.
And now Eleshiomba, the King's Horseman, is going. And I'm trying to make space in my schedule to be there.
You wouldn't be, because I was going to ask you, so what will you get up to? Who are you looking to meet? How many films do you know you can catch during that period? You're not going to do all that. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Let's see.
And that's next month.
Let's see.
Actually next
We're
month.
literally, my whole team is running around trying to just squeeze out time, and fend off calls.
Oh.
But I'm excited. I mean, look, it's been an amazing 9 years because this started in 2013.
Correct.
So next year will be my 10th year as an actor, full-time.
Okay.
Professional actor. And it's been a journey. You know, I tweeted the other day, I said, best in hard working, no means say you get money.
Tell us about it.
Because a lot of people are tweeting at me, they're like, the hardest working actor in the hardest
So
working.
there was a time you were trending for that exact thing. And I think there were a lot of people that felt you were not even getting the accolades that you deserved. And then I was following that trend closely.
Yeah.
So I think it was around AMVCA's awards and then a series of things. And I was like, spot on, because people are noticing and people do see the work and the efforts you put into your work.
So I think I was at an interview the other day and I said, look, I've been... One of the things that I focus on has always been excellence.
Yeah.
Right? From the beginning. Like when I was doing the most random gigs.
Yeah.
Like my focus was to be excellent. I do not look at the circumstances, whether the environment, the whatever is going on set, or even how much I'm being paid.
Yeah.
What drove me, and has consistently driven me over the years, was just the need to be excellent.
Yeah.
Every single time. Every time I hear action, excellence must come out. Yeah. And I took my eyes off the more external work that needed to be done, in the entertainment space, because there's external work that needs to be done, and we can't negate that. Yeah. So I focused on that more internal craft type work as opposed to the more business type work. And so there has been, it's taken a while.
Yeah.
I mean, in 2019, I quit acting.
Oh.
Low key. Like I was done. I got a job. Like I dusted my resume and I went back to work. And I was the head of marketing for Silverbird Film Distribution.
Okay.
Yes. And I rose to head the Nollywood desk. And I was responsible for releasing all the Nollywood titles on the Silverbird. And eventually I became the acting CEO when the CEO left during COVID.
Okay.
And those 2 years for me, you know, they showed me a different side of the film industry.
Yeah.
And of course, kind of like helped me reassess, you know, what I needed to be doing going forward.
Yeah.
And then COVID came, you know, the workload lessened.
Yeah.
And I started getting these, you know, strange calls. You see, all the while I've been acting. The reason why I quit was I was doing all this work. I was putting all this effort. And I just felt I wasn't getting the kind of roles, you know, as frequently as I wanted them. The kind of roles that I really wanted to be doing. Very meaty, very, you know, impactful work. I wasn't fulfilled. I was working. I was making money.
Deep. That's really deep.
Working, making money.
Yeah.
I was not fulfilled. And that's why I did, you know, the switch, and I went back to work. But by 2020, you know, because of COVID and the space that we had and lockdown, cinemas were shut down.
Of course, yeah.
I started getting these strange calls. From Kakindele called.
Yeah.
Kemi Adetiba called. Mohabudu called.
Interesting.
Nia Kimolayo called.
Yeah.
Everybody just started calling. And I was like, okay, these are the people that I've
That
always
you were
wanted to
looking?
work. Yeah, you know. And I struggled to then remain at Silverbird. Because
Okay.
I was for me, I was done. I was like,
Yeah.
acting, you know, let's do Silverbird, let's go into distribution, let's see what the world of distribution around the world literally means. But, you know.
It came calling. It came knocking.
Back.
Not even just calling.
No. It took a lasso and pulled me right back in.
Come over here.
Eventually, I had to, you know, let management know that, you know, I would much rather do,
You know, it's quite interesting, and I'm listening to you, and I'm just, what I feel is, it's no different from anybody that is working in the corporate world. What you just explained.
Yeah.
Is no different at all. So I've been in my own industry, advertising, branding, and communication, and then sometimes I just want to take off and take the time and reassess. And that's what you just did.
Yeah.
And I think everything is also ties also to being deliberate. So you had been at it, you were looking for those roles that test you, because I have a feeling that's what you were talking about, the roles that test you, but they kind of were not coming. But you were putting in the work.
Always.
So my question now is, are there still people like you? And I ask this again, we're from an era, half of us clocked 40 between last year and this year. I know the kind of feelings I got when I worked Joker Silva, Olu Jacobs, what's her name again? Ego Boyo, when they were doing their work, and I'm like, oh, this work went into it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying now that's a different thing, but now you have more influences in the industry. You have people that won Big Brother, you have influencers that have a large following coming into the industry. Are we still putting in the work?
I think there are pockets of people who know the work to put in.
Okay.
If you ask me to choose between rising fast and going far, I'll choose going far first. Okay. And that's what happened to me, really. Yeah. I mean, I was there when some people popped in 2 years.
Yeah, they're like,
I'm like, okay, you know, they're getting endorsements here, they're getting the big projects there. And I'm like, wow, you know. But I've learned never to compete with anybody else but myself. Yeah. So if I go from 10 units the year before to 20 units the year after, I don't care if you did 100 units. I did 100%, you know, growth. Okay. And then if I decide, okay, I did 100% this year, how about I flip to 200%? Okay. You know, I've been consistent, and I'm really serious about this. Because since 2014, I have records of everybody that I ever worked with and how much I got paid.
Okay.
Recently, I was with Mohabudu.
Yeah.
We were talking about a project. And, you know, some discussion, you know, some people, management talk to them. Some people, I have a relationship. We're going to have that conversation. And I'm comfortable having the conversation with people that I love and respect, you know, and I've worked with, you know. And so we had the conversation. And while we were talking, you know what I did? I went to my records. I just pulled out all the films that I had done with Ebony Life. when they started paying me 50,000.
Oh my word!
I just put out everything, every film, the title of every film and every year, and I just give it to her, and I kept quiet.
I've done some good partnerships.
Auntie, we
worked. Don't get it twisted.
I didn't think I had to say much after that. You know, and I love her because she respects that. You know, you see, for me, respect is actually more than money. It is. Although. Like if you offer me 100 million, you can disrespect me.
They can disrespect you.
If you give me 100 million, I'm like, it's okay.
I can deal.
It's okay.
I can deal with it.
But no, seriously, respect, and it's not just interpersonal respect. You know, it's even in the work. I know what's being offered, the kind of characters that I'm being, offered to play. You know, and all those kind of things. I appreciate people who. And let's give it to Mwabdu, for example.
Yes.
You know, Ink Blots, Nia Kimolayo, Kemi Adetiba, Jadesola Shiberu.
Yeah,
you know,
she has a new one.
I quit my job to work with Jade in 2013. You know, look at her now and the amazing stuff that she's doing. And all these people, one thing I've always noticed is they've always treated me with respect. We've had our moments.
Of course.
I can tell you, literally everybody that I have worked with, there's been some level of friction somewhere or the other. But the respect is so high that, we can literally, have these conversations and move on. You know, I remember one time, one of my favorite producers ever is Udwak.
Okay.
Ugwanamam. And Udwak and I had this splat one time, it's a long time ago, on set. I don't remember what exactly was going on, but I had grown to a certain level, and I was conscious of the growth. But the people on set, because they had worked with me on, in the past,
they know you.
And they know me. They weren't too, and I was trying not to react. But of course, feedback got to Udwak that, Deyemi was some type of way, and she called me, we spoke, I think, face to face. It's like, no, she called me.
Yeah.
And then, we were talking, and then she goes, this is, I'm hearing this. I'm like, really? I'm like, you know what? First of all, I apologize because if you feel this way, right, then for that feeling, I apologize. You know what? Because who says that, they could be right. I may have been an asshole, and I accept that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, let's focus on the value that I'm bringing.
Yeah.
And I'll correct whatever needs to be corrected. Yeah. And this was years ago.
And was this like a conversation? You were like, no, don't talk to me like that. It was a conversation.
It was a conversation.
Oh, good.
And then she gave me feedback. I gave her feedback, and till today we're still best friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, but if you're an actor out there, try not to have too many producer friends.
Because they would know.
Don't
guy
make
now.
them.
Guy, you can
don't
do
really.
it now.
Just do it. It's a business relationship.
Yeah,
it's a relationship, but it's a business relationship.
Yeah,
just remember that.
Nuggets of wisdom coming from Deyemi this afternoon. I'm enjoying.
No. I've decided now that I'll be speaking my truth. Since we're in the generation of people speaking their truth, let's all be speaking our truth.
That's where we find ourselves.
Yeah.